Alright, today we have a pretty good sized chunk of ham colored Flint Ridge. I'm going to see what we can do with it. See that? Problem. Pretty good turtle. But, you know, problem. A lot of this piece, well, that's a good sized piece of Flint Ridge, but I don't know how big of a point we're going to get out of this. This is my stash from my stash of ham. I probably have 6 pieces like this left. So we're going to get started. And the first thing we're going to do is put our glove on. We're going to do Blue Man Glove today. Remember that group? Saturday Night Live, Blue Man group. We're going to dig into our box of stones. Do a little primary reduction. You see all this over here? It's all got to go. So we're going to start knocking that out. See, there's some nice color. See all this really shiny red under here? That's high quality, low quality, medium quality. But it's all got to go. Now you see we got a good little piece in there. See this dark band that runs right there? I want to try and keep that. And it wouldn't be a video if I didn't drop something already. That should be my intro. Change my channel to Mr. Droppy. Now see what I was saying about that dark? That dark band is really pretty stuff. And it runs through, unfortunately, this way. So there's not much of it. But it always has junk right beside it. At least in my Flint. Now see there? Junk on this side, pretty on that side. Keep that flake. Now we got a lot of the quote-unquote junky stuff gone, and it's pretty nice in here. See that shine? There's no wax or nothing on that. That's just the way it is. Now we got some crystals and stuff over here to get rid of. And there you go. That's Flint Ridge, or at least, you know. Okay, now we got humps and ridges and valleys, and most of the bad stuff gone. We're going to use copper today, and so we're not going to torture ourselves. This is my copper stick. It's really long. Makes doing videos easier because it hangs out, you know, to where you can see. Keeps my feet out of the way, and stuff like that. Start out with my light bopper. Just see how it goes. Yeah, I try to skin these down because I keep these little flakes and make stuff out of them. See, it's pretty good in there. Let's go a little bit heavier for now. A little bit of a braiding. Now this is the one thing bad about this grade of Flint Ridge. It's really steppy. It likes to step. There we go. And this is heat treated. I'm not torturing myself today. I'm not going to try to make a super thin point. I might keep this shape and try and flute it. Today we're napping for fun. There, that indirect really does, you know, with the copper and aluminum. Steel's good too. On that raw rock, the steel is dynamite. But see this? This here, when it gets to this real dark, shiny red, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful with it. Because say you got a hardness of 1 to 10. Like this light colored stuff is 10, really hard. This really dark shiny red stuff is 1. It's really soft and brittle. Worse than obsidian. Took all that. Might have to go back to fast. Right now, all I'm trying to do is get all these lumps and crags and stuff off to get a regular shape, so then I can actually start making my point. And if I get one side to look really good, I can always just put it in a display case and lock it. In this grade, I have to abrade a lot. It's not like the raw. The raw, I risk a couple of braids just to give me grip. This I got to abrade to make it strong. Make a little tiny charm bracelet flakes out of these. Just saying. A lot of work goes into Flint Ridge. It's not just laying or getting quarried by a limestone company or something. You gotta dig and pry it out. Most of it's junk. If you want them colors, you gotta heat treat it. Getting there. Pretty soon we're going to attack this side. Just haven't decided how yet. Natural platform. It's not really the greatest, but I'm going to try and drive it. There's a thickness here. It's not really a ridge. It's more like a hump. If I can drive down here, I'll keep a lot of my color here, and I'll keep this. I don't know if it'll work or not. Nah. Yeah, there's a little. See, this is going to be a problem. It's got a chalky spot that there's always there. Well, got a good bit of it. Now, as you see what I did there, I hit this way to make a little platform to come to knock back here. And I'll probably do it again. See, we're almost leveled off on the one side. Now I got this big ridge that runs down this side. It's a little sloped over here. I don't have any concavities, so what I'm going to try and do is flake off of this and work down and take that ridge. Now if I was serious, I would grab my Dremel. Oh, I think I will. I'll show you how to do this. See, this is a pretty good platform, but we take our Dremel with a round diamond bit. And now we've got ourselves a little spot where we can grab a hold of. Now I want to show you what that did. can't argue with that result. And you know, I got that from the Fog guys. They do their platform. They grind a little hollow in their platform. This is my side A. I really like this side. So I'm going to do what I can to preserve it. I'm almost in the center. Got some mass here. What I'm probably going to do is Dremel right there and take this whole corner off. Well, hopefully not the whole corner, but you never know. See, by grinding that little hole, I've got a spot where I peel. Peeling down starts the crack, and then the motion where it goes in pushes the flake. At least that's my theory. See, clear across there. We got another shot. Clear across there. Now where'd you go? It's not looking too bad, right? Considering the piece I started with. A little bit of pressure. See if we can set up some spots. See how that's crunchy? That's the problem with this stuff. But look at there, that's a nice big flake. Let's clear, got a natural platform right there, so we're going to clear this junk off. See what that gives us. In my hand, not squeezing with the desk squeeze, supporting here and supporting here. So the wave goes down and into my hand. Got it. Didn't end snap. Of course, we're not thin yet. This is my pressure pad. Kind of copied it from Jack Crafty, but made things a little bit different to make them my own. The one thing good about this grade is it grips really well. Copper grabs right a hold, and aluminum really does. But I don't feel like using aluminum today. Let's see. Let's do a little a little setting up here. It's pretty tough. See, it gets slick on that really shiny. That really shiny stuff gets slick. We got to do some grinding. Now, I don't want to make this tip too thin because I'm not trying to make no, you know, super point yet. Might end up being on display or something in my little humble abode. See, them pressure flakes go pretty good on this. We got to twist, we got to undo. Don't want to keep that pattern going. I'm going to do nice clean right there. See, I got me a little piece hanging out. It's kind of in an iffy area. If it wasn't really thick, I'd probably break it in half, but we're not going to do that. Now I'm turning the piece about, there's level, 10 degrees. Took most of that sour spot off. Hit a little something there. I asked for too much out of that thin platform. But that set me up for this one. Now, my hump's getting gone. See, I'm getting thinner and thinner. I'm getting equal on both sides. That was a little bit more than I wanted, but that'll, see, that gives me a spot right there, and I got a hump. Hopefully we can blast a good one right here. Remember that hump was in there? Look at that. It's almost gone. There's going to be a good bit of pressure flaking, which we might save for another day. Okay, now this side's a little thick, so I'm going to, and low, so I can come down this right here to about there and get rid of this. Now I'm not trying for big flakes here. I'm trying to just level. See how this is coming? I'm leveling it out. So I don't want no big thick flakes. I just want to peel off some layers. I use my mass of my hand. Now here's where we got a chance to break it. I'm always living on the edge. Now look at that side. Flat and perfect. From that big nasty chunk to a inch and a half wide, .5/16 thick, .3 inches long. Nice little preform. Not too bad. I need a different pressure flaker because my... maybe I'll dress this one up. I put some flats on mine, and I make the tip pointy but not pointed. I like to have options depending on the size of the platform. Now, when I do my pressure flake, I don't do it. See how you got your gap here? In the middle, I come over along this edge, and I only push to hold on one side. There's the edge of the gap, my finger's above it. These just kind of, you know, they're there. They're not doing anything. And there's no pressure on this end. There's only squeezing between my thumb and here, or maybe here in the back where my pad's real narrow. And if the flake don't go, I just try something else. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm putting that flat on there, and I'm pushing in. I'm building the pressure I want, and then I just use my wrist as a lever, just barely pop that out. Okay, we got that in pretty smooth. Let's work on fixing this twist. Gotta be. See my spot I'm going to flake's right there. My finger's right there. The edge of the pad's there. Right now I'm just trying to do away with this flat. I'm not really trying to push. See, and I can do it, you know, to save time, I can do it on this side too. I can put the point over here. I hate this zigzagging stuff, but sometimes you gotta do it. Now you notice I'm keeping over because my center line is here, and I'm using this ridge. I'm using this ridge to try and push down because my center line's here. I don't want to go zigzag, zigzag and get high, you know, high, low, high, low, high. I want going to stay in the middle now because I'm almost done. And I don't know if I do things the right way or not. I do them my way. Works for me. See, I got that tip. It's pretty thick. I got it right on this dome. So I'm only putting pressure on the exact spot where I'm going to flake it. Getting there. Let's go around and do some easy stuff. See, I'm right on this edge, not in the middle of that valley. Got little pieces hanging down, what they call low-hanging fruit. They flake off easy. Got this white quartzy looking stuff. Gotta get rid of that. Now we've turned our edge, so we got rid of our thick edges. Now we're thick here and we're thick here. So first thing we're going to do is try to break it. Now I'm pinching right where I'm going to hit, and I'm supporting everything else, not squeezing it, just supporting it with my hand. Now I already hit this once. If it doesn't go, I'll go back to pressure. See, we got a good bit of that. Now what I did when I ground that is I put a wee little tiny platform there that I could rest my indirect on to peel down. I'm going to clean this side up. Okay, that side's gone. Now we got this side. You can see we still got a little low ridge right there. So we got to do a little bit of magic. Take all that thinness away. Now when I flake the other way, I took the thinness away, and you can actually see now where the center is and where the point is. Now Not making big flakes, so not grinding like there's no tomorrow. Start back here. Lots of people start at the tip. I like to start at the base. I don't know why I'm backwards. See there, the one spot I hit didn't work. I went to the next spot and I kind of took too much. But we want a thick point or a thin point, right? We just got to watch we don't get too thin in that middle. Now you see how I'm walking that up. There's a ridge right there. And what I'm doing is that flake didn't make a ridge, but it made a hump. And this one's got a hump. Now I can come to it. And we run into some gook, so we got to do some pressure flaking. I don't know if you can see, but it's like a chalky deposit right there. That's why it stopped when I was coming up. That's why it stopped. See, there's one right there, a chalky deposit. See, that spot's really low. We might lose the tip right there because it is really low. And it's that really brittle red stuff. Let's try. Power notcher version 1. Not the same as the copper one. This is a steel nail. Number 12-inch steel nail ground flat. And it'll grab a tiniest little platform. But you've got to be very careful with it, because it'll open up a crack super fast. See, now our bad spot's low enough, we can clear that out. And all the tools I have are cheap. Were bought from hardware stores or Hobby Lobby supplies and made. So you don't need a lot of money to find out if you like flint knapping or not. Some people don't like it. You know, why spend a whole bunch of money and turns out you get frustrated because when you first start out, everything breaks. And the reason that is very few people have someone, you know, in their neighborhood or whatever that can work with them, you know, that knows how to knap and can work with them. Now, I'm not messing with the tip anymore. because I'm going to do some work on the bottom and then I'll finish the tip. I don't want to weaken that tip. So we're going to try as we might have to use notcher power version 2. Let's see if we can. See, we've got some problems to deal with that I don't want to whack. So grab this, maybe give it a little tug. Just try to change my luck. Yeah, this looks like a change my luck spot. See that? I popped that platform. I didn't shock the tip, but now I got a perfect angle. That's one thing. There's different shapes of these. I got the ones that are just like an F, and I got the ones that are like an old-fashioned can opener. And I use them for different purposes, but this will make life, hopefully, a little tiny bit of grinding. Get on this edge. And it's crumbly. Yeah, we got a little bit out of it. See, this spot is, there's always the spot that's tough as nails. Speaking of nails, we got our handy dandy 12-inch Ishii nail. Not really Ishii nail. What we're going to try and do is grab a hold right here. See there? That yucky hard flint chalk flint chalk. And the steel's so hard that I don't have to hit as hard. My cap keeps coming loose. I'm kind of feeling like this should be a stemmed point, and that'll make life easier. I like this though. I'll lose all that. Maybe we'll just call this a preform and send it to the person who guesses the number between 1 and 100, closest without going over, that I write right there on the back. That's what we'll do. We're calling this one a preform gift for a subscriber who guesses the number between 1 and 100 that I write on there. And I'll also include for them a piece of a chunk, just like you saw me work, a chunk of this flint, and they can have a go at it.